Milf's Threesomes 4-pack, books 5 through 8. Milf Erotica Threesome Erotica, Anal Sex Erotica, Lesbian Erotica. Written by Nicki Menage. Narrated by Kline. Taking 2 on the hike. Milf's Threesomes 5. MFM Threesome Erotica. I'm from a small town that attracts a lot of visitors due to the interesting geothermal activity in rock formations. Naturally, the tourism had really seen the place change over the year. It started with simple tours and then evolved to fully fledged weekend hikes. The new packages increased the cost of accommodation, and more hotels and rentals sprang up to exploit the boom. Off the back of that came the restaurants and eateries, and then came the alternate leisure activities. Soon, the town was worth visiting in its own right, and the geothermals were just a backdrop. I'd gotten the job as a tour guide around 20 years ago. Back then, I was in my early 20s, and prospects around here were bleak. Thankfully, although perhaps I shouldn't use that word, the old tour guide died in a climbing accident, and I interviewed for his spot. They were immediately struck by my enthusiasm and gave me the job on the spot. I loved it. I carried that same enthusiasm that won me the job into every single day. The people can really feel when you love something, and that's apparent in the positive reviews. Things were really thriving. I'd even started offering accommodation, too, to accompany the tours, and every week I'd receive a new bunch of visitors. It really helped after the split from my husband to have something to focus on, and so many new people to meet. That day, I had 2 guys from out west staying over. Jack and Corey were in their early 20s and had come looking for adventure. They weren't my typical kind of visitor. I mostly got folks older than me, so it was a breath of fresh air to have some youth in the house. They'd booked in on a busy weekend when I was fully booked. I'd offered the pair of them the quietest day of the week instead, and thankfully, they had accepted. The geothermals were so vast that we were still finding pools in the surrounding rock and forest to this day. I had my own secluded spots, of course, and I planned to take them both there as a thank you for being so flexible. "Are you still on for today?" Jack asked in the morning, surfacing at around 9 o'clock. "Just as soon as your friend wakes up." "I was hoping to leave this side of 3, he joked. "That bad, huh?" "He can sleep for America." Jack and Corey must have lived different lifestyles. Jack was an early riser, as opposed to his friend. Corey looked the younger of the 2, but not by much. Jack seemed more adult, but it felt like Corey was over 20. They were both over 6 feet and sported athletic, toned frames. "Can you wake him?" Jack asked. "He hates me waking him in the morning." "I think I can try," I said. "The rest is up to Corey." I walked upstairs to the guest bedroom and knocked on the door. I heard a groan within, and then something hit the door. I opened and walked inside. It had been so hot in the night that Corey had kicked his bed covers all the way off himself. The image I saw was one that I'll remember. It was of a strapping, muscled man with the hint of something big going on in his underpants. I turned my head away shyly and spoke. "I can make you breakfast if you'd like. We're planning on leaving in an hour, if you still want to come." He stretched and yawned. "Sounds good, Rachel." I don't know what Jack was so worried about. Corey seemed a softy deep down. "We'll be downstairs, waiting," I told him. I closed the door, but not before I'd taken one last look back to the bed. Corey stared up at the ceiling, oblivious to my spying eyes. Oh, to be 20 again, I thought. I walked back downstairs to Jack, who was tearing through the breakfast I'd prepared as he watched the television. "He should be down soon," I said. "Thanks. I've got to be honest, I'm looking forward to today." "So you should. We're going on an adventure." "You're really spoiling us here." "Don't forget to leave a good review." "We got you, Rachel," Jack said, winking. I laughed and shook my head. I found myself blushing. Jack's quick wink had struck me differently. It was like a cute guy was hitting on me in a bar or something. Jeez, what was happening to me? First Corey,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?